Well, good morning. Welcome to We Think Differently. Is that a problem? This is a special edition today because we have a special guest, and this is going to be our Mother's Day edition. So, welcome, Mom, our mom. Um,
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with my children.
yes. So, today we're going to have a conversation with our mother today, and I'm gonna tell y'all to hold on, get your books and your pens and write because she's gonna give us some stuff today. We're gonna have a beautiful, beautiful episode today. So I'm gonna just dive right on. First of all, I'm Michelle. That's my brother Mike. We're gonna dive right into it because it was something that I always wanted to ask, and it was the sayings that mom would give us growing up. And two of them sayings, I'm gonna just give out two today. One was not my monkey, and what does it have to do with the price of eggs? I got a story about the price of eggs, but mom, what did not my monkey mean?
Well, that happened at least maybe about, I guess, 25 years ago. I was reading a book. It's called The One Minute Manager. Um,
Mm,
and the book talked about how you would go into a room. It talked about, first of all, leadership, and how you would lead your employees to do certain things. But it also got into a part in the book where you would go and talk to people, and when you talk to people, you would come out solving their problems and doing their work.
mm,
And so the book also stated that you would say, "That's not my monkey."
mm.
So I was telling Michael about it years ago,
Man.
about the book. And he has been using that saying ever since. If you want
Yes,
him to do something, he said, "Well, that ain't my monkey.
that's not my
It's,
That's not
monkey.
my monkey."
it's profound. And the
And
reason,
so I'm like, "Well, could you do this?" And he said, "That's not my monkey." You know, so it's from the book called The One Minute Manager.
Yeah, pick it up, guys. They go
no,
a plug.
yeah, I mean, in all honesty, that not my monkey was like an epiphany, right? The saying itself, because there's so much behind it for me,
Mm,
right? Because always, you try to be cool or distant, but when people are in need or need some help or something, you see something lacking, you try to jump in. Then you wind up getting overwhelmed to the point where you're not even accomplishing your goal.
wow.
So when I heard, not my monkey, it was like it was heaven, man. It was it
So
was
It's
it,
an
like
it was pretty
epiphany,
much
I
right?
got
don't take
me
on
right. I
another
got me
person's task.
huh?
But it pretty much was don't take on another person's task.
Well, a task, their issues, their problems.
Mm,
You know how people come to you and they'll, man, I'm so sad, and then you're sad,
yeah,
right?
I'm one of them people. I take on other people's energy so fast.
Well, that was the whole point for Not My Monkey, because there's so
Uh,
much you can put it now. It was based out of a management situation,
right, right,
but a lot of management are interpersonal skills,
right,
right?
right.
So when I heard it, I was like, that actually meant more than what it was used for in the book to me. It was more
Mm.
universal. So I always say that's one of my best sayings. My other sayings I can't say because
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
explaining that.
It's like you talking on the phone. Say like one of your girlfriends is having a party,
Mm,
and you're on the phone, and she's saying, "Oh my God, I got this to do, I got that to do, I this and that," and all of a sudden you say, "Well, let me help," and then you are overwhelmed with all her responsibilities. That's not my monkey.
mm.
And you have to
So if you
realize
ask,
that I mean, you help when you want to help, but you got
mhm.
to realize when you being bombarded.
Okay,
or being
And
bamboozled into it.
yeah, yes,
you
okay.
know, and a lot of times people come to you and they say things and they want you to take on their issue. And
Mm.
that's why they're saying it to you. So you have to realize when you're being set up and when you
Uh,
just need to help a person. And
right.
so the 1 Minute Manager, I think it's by Kevin Blanchard
Uh-huh.
or Ken Blanchard. And that was a good book. It was a good book to read.
Oh, there go the plug, y'all. Go grab the book.
It was a good
Grab the
book to
book.
read.
So, I'm going to tell you a story about your next saying. So, our tradition is Christmas Eve is always at mom and dad's. Christmas Eve, that's been forever. It's always at mom and dad's. This particular year, I decided that I was going to cook Christmas dinner. We were going to have Christmas dinner, Christmas Day dinner at my house. I was going to host the whole thing. And it was a big thing. Like, everybody was coming.
I remember.
So, yes. So that night, I was so overwhelmed, because now I stuck my foot in my mouth. I'm going to cook this dinner, right? I
Hmm.
was so overwhelmed Christmas Eve that I was like, I still got to cook. I still got to fix this and I still got to do that. And mom said to me, clear as day, because I was not coming to Christmas Eve.
I
And
know.
that
I
was,
remember.
yes, she said to me that day, that morning, what does that have to do with the price of eggs? And I'm like, I don't know. All I know is I can't, I don't know if I can make it. I still got to do this and still got to do that. Well, I learned that day, that night, because of course we made it to Christmas Eve because that was not an option not to come. And
Hmm.
I learned that day, what does it have to do with the price of eggs? You still have to hold yourself accountable and you still have to um um respect that tradition. You still have to be there no matter what.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about what I got from it.
I
You
got
know
you.
what I mean? So,
Hmm.
I always remember that saying, what does it have to do with the price of eggs? I don't care what you're doing, what it is, you're supposed to be here on this day.
Yeah.
So I didn't know at the time. At the time, I was like, oh, she's just being mean. She know I gotta cook all this food and I gotta do this and get prepared.
I would have
But
told you that's not my monkey. That's what I would have said.
That's true. Hey, and they both could go with,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
yeah.
situation. So yeah, that's true. That's
Do
true.
you remember that night? You remember? Well, it wasn't a night, it was that day.
I remember you calling, giving me all, oh, I got this to do, oh, I got that to do. And I'm like,
She was not
What's the
going
price of
for
that?
it.
That has nothing to do with it. You know you're supposed to be here, then you be here.
Yes. I
You
was
Was
got
like, oh
was
my
that
prepare.
just
It's
goodness.
was
called
that just,
preparation.
just was that just last Christmas Eve?
No,
No, it
Uh,
was
it's called
not.
'Cause
preparation.
this last Christmas Eve, she did some trickery.
Who,
She,
me?
she no,
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 Oh,
no, she
my.
did.
Oh, yeah, that
uh,
was so
yeah,
much fun. We had so much
yeah,
fun. That
yeah.
was the best Christmas Eve, I could say. That
She
was the
put
best.
she
We
made that
had a
monkey lay on
ball.
I made it your
Yes.
monkey.
Oh, my
I made it your monkey. What I did is I went out because I wanted Christmas Eve to be something really special and something that I haven't done. And so I was trying to get these ideas in my head exactly what to do. So I decided to go and buy um, outfits, a Santa Claus outfit. And then after I got the Santa Claus outfit, I'm like, maybe I'll go get the Grinch outfit as well. So I
God.
got both outfits. So I said, okay, I'll have my two sons dress up, you know, one Santa Claus and one Grinch. But I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want the secret to be out. So,
It
and
was
the
a
surprise.
That was a big surprise. It was
And so
hilarious.
I told no one
Not even
until
the people that were supposed to wear the outfits. So,
To that day.
right, right, didn't know anything.
no, so that was really good. So I'm thinking because it's a surprise that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Not thinking that there would be an issue with it. My oldest son. Michael had an issue of dressing up as Santa Claus. And I'm like, I was like blown away because I couldn't understand why is there an issue with it.
Mhm.
But he did do it, because he said he looked at my face and it looked like I was confused and sad. It's like, what do you mean? But that's another story
She's
why he
not going
didn't
to
want
tell
to
you the
dress
whole.
up. He
I
didn't,
tell you, folks, I tell you the whole story. All right.
he didn't want to dress. Okay, go ahead.
It
Tell me something.
wasn't that I. Well, first of all, it was a surprise, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, you're a fully grown man, but I'm gonna have you dress up as Santa. Oh, and I want you to deliver some gifts to my neighbor. That was
We're
the
not gonna talk about that part. Let's not talk about that part. That's just to dress up, okay? Just to
right.
dress up.
So the point was is that I did it because I did see mom's face. You know, guys, when you see a person that you care about, right, and you're
Right.
talking to them, and you're just being general, and
Right.
you just see like a look of sadness or you
It's a
know
point confusion, really. I was
Right.
confused.
I
Like,
want this to happen and you need to put that on and just the disappointment of me not being happy that I want to wear a Santa suit. It
Right.
was hilarious at the same time, but
Yes.
also it made me think like, not to be as selfish
Right.
or
Right.
proud or pride or whatever the case may be. Just let it down. We with
Right.
family. Just,
Right.
let it go and be yourself.
Yeah.
That would have
Yeah.
never
but
happened
he
if I went
really
out.
didn't.
Right.
One
If I was
thing,
with some friends, that would have never happened. I ain't dressing like
I
no.
thought you did an excellent job. It was so funny. Oh my, it was such a big surprise. It was so funny, but only mom can pull this off. Mom did such an excellent job with
but I
it.
had to convince him. And his first thing was, uh, you brought this off the internet and it's supposed to get washed first before I
Germaphobe.
put it
The
on. I'm like,
germaphobe. Oh my gosh.
like,
Yes.
it's supposed to get washed first. And so I said, I don't want you to take off your clothes. Just put it on top of your clothes. I had to convince him, just put it on top of your clothes. That convinced,
Ain't
he said,
nobody ever see
okay.
those commercials, or not commercials, those shows where people wear blue jeans or something, or some type of clothing from somewhere, and next thing you know, they got something ingrown into their skin. You ain't never.
I've never seen nothing like that, Mike. You had to search for something like that.
No,
I've never
it was
seen
on.
nothing.
It was
You
on
are a
2020.
germaphobe. Oh
He
It
my
was
is.
on
He is.
goodness.
2020, man.
What?
He
I've
is.
never
He
seen
is.
that.
Minutes or something. They was
And
showing
I
something
forgot about
years ago.
that.
I mean, I had to been. I mean, I might have been in my teens when I seen it, and it freaked me out ever since. And I was like, "Oh hell no!"
Oh my goodness. I've
Seriously,
never seen it, but I believe you. I believe you.
I'll
I
send
can,
it to you.
you know, this is why we're doing this episode because we may, all three of your siblings, us, we may think differently, but mom thinks so much deeper. Whatever it is, she thinks so much deeper about whatever it could be. Whatever it is, our conflicts, she will resolve it and she will tell you, pretty much check you if you're wrong. No, you're the wrong one. You're the wrong one. She's going to tell you the truth. No filter whatsoever. And let me tell
I
Hmm.
you,
don't get that. I don't get that. Mom is
why you
always
don't get it?
nice to me. Does she talk to you like that?
Oh, she's nice to you. Shut up. She gets
Uh,
us all. Gets
Oh,
us all. And I tell you one thing, I don't care how you can fight it, fight. You can fight it, but it'd be true. It'd be facts, and you'd be pissed off that she's truthful.
um, Michael, when I'm normally trying to talk and reason with you guys, um, Michael would say, okay, gotta go. My phone is ringing. Now Michelle is starting to do that, but Michelle's story is, which I love to hear her say this, that's not my story. That's not my
I
story.
always
That's
felt
your
like, why are
story.
you telling this story? That ain't my story. me tell
That's
my own story.
not my story. That's not my story. And I have to laugh because I don't want to tell her what I think her story is.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, this is the truth behind it. Okay, this is the truth.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys, I am the only girl, and you think I always felt like because I am the only girl that I got it the worst. And
What?
I'm telling y'all that I got the lectures, the punishment, the whatever it could be. I felt like I always got it the worst. My brothers always seemed like to me, to me, it seemed like, I'm talking about even as an adult, once I became an adult, and I don't care what it was, I could say anything about what I was going through or what I was doing or whether it was with my kids or anything like that. And mom, she would just break it all the way down to the root, root of it. And it was just like, well, I ain't asked you really, you know.
I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that.
But it was always facts and it's always the truth, even to this day. To this day, mom will give it to you all. And she'll tell you the truth about yourself. She really will. I think,
Well,
which
I,
is,
you know, I feel as though that's a parent's job.
mhm,
Um, you have to be real and honest and not try to, I try not to, not saying that I don't, but I work hard not to manipulate. I
mhm,
work very hard at it because I was raised that I'm on my own. Um, you do what you need to do for yourself. You always plan and take provisions out and analyze. I analyze everything.
mhm,
And I thank God for my parents who raised me. I remember as a teenager, I think I asked my dad because he worked at the Navy Yard, Philadelphia Navy Yard, and I asked him to get me a job down there. And he looked at me and said, "Baby, if you want a job, you got to get off your butt and do it yourself."
mhm,
And I never forgot that. I was really hurt behind it because they have never said no to me.
mhm,
And that was my first time. But they have always made me be accountable for everything.
mhm,
And they always told me that, they always said to me, one day I'm not going to be here. And you're going to have to make the decisions and make your choices correctly.
Mm.
And so I want you to think about things that you're doing and the repercussions behind it. So, and they raised, and I always paid attention to that. I always listened to that. Even though I was hurt by it, I understood.
mhm,
And it has taken me um, to a journey and a level where I am so happy behind it.
mhm.
So
So
that's just what I
you
want to do
think,
for y'all. I want to do the same for you guys, you
Well,
know?
I
so,
mean, you've given lessons, and I mean that's the whole point of a parent.
mhm,
You told me so many. I will tell you the funny. Remember the $100?
Oh, your dad?
No, you. No, you.
What?
All right.
I don't, you have to tell me that one.
This is a true story, people. All right. This is called responsibility. All right. And being taught, I guess, the right thing or the honorable thing, however you want to look at it. Okay. But, all right, how old was I? I think I was long, long time ago. I might have been 17 or 18. And I was borrowing money. And I came to mom and I said, "Hey, mom, I need to borrow $100. I'll pay you on Friday.
Oh, oh, oh,
All right.
oh,
I'll pay you on
oh,
Friday."
oh,
Right. So again, the one thing that I do believe in, if I'm going to give you my word, I'm going to follow through. Right. That's why I normally won't give you my word if I'm not going to follow through. But if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So
Right.
anyway, that Friday comes, and I come to her and I give her a check for $100. She looked at the check. She looked at me. She looked at the check. She ripped the check up and threw it at me. Now there's a discrepancy as whether or not she threw it at me. Right.
I did not throw it
That's
at
the
you.
only
No, I
discrepancy.
didn't.
But
I wasn't like that. I was
I
not like that.
remember
But that's
check
his in
falling
his
on me.
mind.
You know,
That's I said,
like
no, I
like
probably put it down and said, I'm not taking this.
she
Wait
made
a
it
minute.
rain. She made it rain, Shelly. She ripped up the check and threw it in my face, and she made it rain.
Wait
Right?
a minute. I haven't heard this story. Tell me. So
Yeah,
what
Oh, he
happened?
tells it
yeah.
all the
But,
time.
but she said, "I gave you $100, and I want $100 back.
Right.
You are going to give me a check to where I got to do extra work to deposit it,
Right.
all this,
That's yep. Yep. That's
right?"
mine. Yep.
And
I
that
can see
taught me
this.
something. Other
Yeah.
than that, yeah, you know, if you
Yep.
want something or blah blah blah, you got to go on their terms in a sense.
Right.
She
Yep.
also said, listen, sometimes you got to hear a bunch of stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That you don't want to hear, but
That
you
was
need
such a
me,
hard lesson for
right?
me.
You need
That
me. I
lesson
don't
is so
need
hard.
you.
But when you need something from somebody,
Yeah,
you have to listen to why, how come,
Right.
and what you're going to do with it.
right.
Right.
Don't get upset because
Yep.
you
Mm-mm.
need me. I don't need you.
Yeah.
Those things taught me a lot, man. I mean, a lot. You know,
So, I want to go into, the invisible sacrifices that you've made, Mom. Things that nobody knows, as us growing up, as far as our childhood, the things that you had to do behind closed doors. It-
And
At
I'm going to
any
tell it to
point,
you.
it, at any
all
point,
right. You want me to tell you?
well, did you ever, because you always seem calm, cool, and collected, did you ever feel overwhelmed about something or with us or anything that could have made you? I've never seen you break a sweat. I promise y'all that. I've never seen Mom break a sweat. She's always looked like everything
I
was
got it
always
together, right?
routine, everything was together, birthdays, anything that was going on, family outings, families functions, everything always seemed, together. Like there was no issues. I don't know. Did you ever have that overwhelmed feeling as we were growing up?
Oh, many and many and many and many a times. Many a times.
We could never see
Um,
it.
you know what? I don't. It's from my upbringing. It's they always. My parents taught us um
Keep it
to
moving.
plan and don't let people see you sweat.
Mm.
You know. And I guess I just took it to another level. But I'm a planner.
Definitely did that.
I'm a planner, and
Yeah.
so lots of times I am upset and I get overwhelmed. Um, but I just step back and say, you can do what you can do, and what you can't do, you can't do. And
Put it
Mm.
that's just
in
it,
God's hands.
you know?
Mm.
And I mean, I was brought up on your word. That was a saying from y'all grandparents. Um, you always kept your word. If you say something, you do that.
Right.
If you don't
And
want to
you
do
could
it,
best believe Mom stuck that it was on us. I don't
yeah.
care what it is.
If
If
you
you
don't
said
want
you
to,
were going to go and you were going to buy a cupcake at 10:30 and then ride around the corner and get there at 10:45, you better have that cupcake and 10:45 you better be there. Because that was
hmm
your word. That's what you were
hmm
supposed to do. So
yeah.
that stuck on us. That was
Some
Well,
better
it.
than others.
say what?
I said some better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Another hard lesson.
yeah, yeah. But it keeps you prepared for a lot of things. And it keeps you accountable.
Mm. Yeah.
Today is kind of hard. I mean, you look at things that are happening and things are going south.
when you look at our kids now today, versus how we were being raised, it is a big difference. I do know that.
Oh God,
Um,
yes. Oh God, yes.
and
I
I
just
want to say, I think in my opinion, I think it's society, the culture changed. It's not the same culture. A lot of things that, our parents did with us as kids growing up, you know, we just didn't do. I'm
You
gonna
know
say
what?
that,
I
but we look
got
back on it.
I got a different point of view.
Go ahead. Tell me what's your point of view.
I think I mean I get you about society, but we make up society, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was me.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
I think the
But it's
need.
the masses. It's not like it's just you.
Well, it is you because the thing is, back in the day, it was like what to raise a kid, you need a village, right?
Right, right,
Um, Back in the day, parents were a lot more friendly. Society changed a little bit, security and all that. But
right,
also the thing is the mentality of I don't want to be my parents. I'm gonna do things different. I'm gonna be better. I don't want to
right,
do this. I
right,
don't want to do that. You know
right.
what I mean? Our For some reason, our generation was a little bit more like we complain about the next generation, these new kids, and they don't know anything but computers, blah, blah, blah. But we were kind of, we were the rebel in a sense,
Right.
trying
yeah,
to distance ourselves
from the
from,
old way.
right, from parenting or the way, we were raised or whatever. I'm going to do it different. I'm going to try to do a new way. Um,
I mean, you made a good point though about being, the village did, you know, engage. I told you this before. I'll never forget that time. I don't know which one did it, which neighbor did it, told dad about me walking through the breezeway with that guy. He would walk me to the breezeway every day with that guy. I can't even remember the guy, but I don't know, and told
I
dad
was
about it.
Andre.
I don't know.
who, McGill?
No, never. No, it was not. But I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
Oh no, I think it was the guy that sent me those flowers. Remember that?
Jamie?
No, you are so bad. You are so bad. But anyway, a neighbor was watching me and
Mhm.
was like, "Yeah, this don't look right. Why the guy stop at the breezeway every time before you get on to Mars' place? He stops before he get there to that house. He stops and then walks back. You know, yeah, we were sneaking. We were sneaking." And he told, and whoever that neighbor was told, I still don't know who that neighbor was that was in my business. But
I'm glad they told on you because you told on people.
oh yeah, I tell me you all the time. You was
That's what I'm
hilarious.
saying. So you ain't getting no sympathy. I hope he live next to you now. So he can tell on you now.
But it took it. That was the village.
Yeah.
He ain't walk me no more. He couldn't walk me no more. But that was the village.
But
Neighbors
but
were
today,
looking out.
right?
Mhm.
Something happened like that. Parent come over to another parent. Y'all seen your daughter. Parent to tell them mind their business.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And then wonder why nobody cares about their kid or, the kid is, no respect for other people.
Right. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
adults no respect and things of that sort.
I don't know what that
We
mindset
created
is,
that.
Mom. I don't know
Well,
what that culture is.
um, Michael said a lot because those your generation
Mhm.
being rebellious to the way things were or how you were raised,
Mhm.
you guys decided to do something different. And in doing something different, you guys became the society, the community.
Right.
Um, and so y'all are in that frame of mind about mind your business, what you looking at, all
Mhm.
this.
So are you saying
Um,
we started it?
mhm.
We started it.
It's y'all. Y'all became the parents, y'all became the community,
uh,
and so it's y'all frame of thinking.
Mm,
that new frame of thinking. So that's the community, and that's the upbringing.
mm,
Um, and that's what happened. And so now your kids, my grandkids, which frame of mind are they in? Because they're going to become the community, they're going to become the parent.
right,
And so which way is that going?
right, right.
So I kind of I really do I'm glad the way my parents raised me. My father was strict, but they were also at the point where you can talk. You can always talk to them. You can
Mm,
all and I always ask a lot of questions. So my father was all and he loved to talk. So he would tell me everything.
That
mm,
was my man. That
mm,
was
He
my
would tell you everything. Anything that you wanted to know, he would tell you.
that was
mm.
my man.
And
Mm.
so
So how was your relationship with your mom? How do you, um, how did you celebrate her on Mother's Day? What was Mother's Day for you with your mom?
um it was always about my mother.
Mm,
It was always. It was never about me.
mm,
Um, because and I took y'all with me, so it was no big deal about me. I had to honor my mother.
mhm,
And my mother and I could say my mother and I were best of friends.
beautiful.
I mean, when I say best of friends, we were best of friends. Things that happened I didn't like and stuff like that. But I love the ground she walked on.
That is so
And
beautiful.
we would call each other I'm 2 and 3 times a day.
Mm.
So when she left here and she transitioned, I went through a lot
Mm.
because of
Mm-hmm.
that. But she was good. My mother was good. She was
Did
honest.
she have any sayings? The sayings that you give us, did she have any
Oh, she
sayings
had
that
one
you
for
say?
me.
Hey, I know you agree. Oh, your brother, she did have some good sayings. The price of eggs, that's not the price of eggs came from my mother.
Mm.
That came from my mother, but Michael could tell you one
What,
that,
Yeah,
what was it?
I'll take out some words and
yeah,
whatnot.
take out some words.
The gist of it was, you're the smartest but dumbest person I
Oh, wow.
know.
Explain that.
Right? Basically, it came down to the point is that, all right, you can have all the knowledge in the world. You can know how to, I don't know, how to start a car, whatever, do go to the bank, whatever the case may be. But if you can't figure out simple things, common sense things,
Common sense, yeah.
um, you know, if you lie and you get caught, there's issues. For you to
Right.
think not is dumb,
Mm.
right? So you got to be the smartest but dumbest person I know. So that was one of the best things. I used to pick on her just so she would say it. She would get so mad at me. She'd be like, "You know what?" And I loved it, man, because I mean, she was spirited, but she was smart. She was funny as hell. I mean,
Mm.
seriously. Both of them. I mean, I had a great experience because I'm the oldest, so I spent a lot of time and whatnot. But
Mm.
yeah, it was cool because I actually grandma. Well, grandma was my heart, but grandpa was my dude. Right, that was
Right,
my
right.
dude. He took me to college. He took me back to college
Mm.
back in the day. Him and was it Royal?
Mr. US, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Royal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you
Mm.
know, fond memories. But yeah, I mean, they were honest. And mom
They
always, I
were
mean,
they were very um unfiltered. I'll never
no,
Oh,
no,
forget.
no, no.
Yes.
I mean, but
I'll
that's.
never forget. I did something. Can't remember what it was,
Mhm.
but I remember us being over there. We were over
Of
their
course, you can't
house.
remember what it
I
was.
can't really remember what it was, or maybe I just don't want to say what it was.
Right,
All right,
right,
let me
right,
say
right,
that.
right. That might
All
be
right,
it.
yeah, okay. And I remember being over there, and we were in a room by ourselves. This is Grandma Ernestine, and she said to me, "I want you to stop hurting your father. Do you hear me?" She had never talked to me like that, ever. I had to been about 13, maybe.
She said that?
Yeah. I don't think, did I ever tell you this, Mom?
No.
I
Yes.
don't think you did because
She
she.
said, she said flat out to me in my face. And she said, "I want you to stop hurting your father.
Mm.
Do you hear me?"
Mm. He told on you about something.
Yeah, it was something that I did.
He
I don't know what
told
it
on you
was,
about something.
but and she left it at that. She gave me that look and left it at that. And I said, "Ooh." I wasn't sure if
You
I
know
was
what?
about to get a
Grandma
beating or
told me.
what, but I was like, okay. I ain't
Grandma
want to say
told me
nothing else.
she caught me in a room once and she said, "Punch Shelly in the face," and I was like, "What?" She's like, I was like, "Grandma."
Man. Whatever.
Right,
She
what
was
are you talking
very,
about, Grandma?
she was very, very passionate about whatever it is that was going on. That I
Mhm.
do remember. And she meant what she said, you know.
Oh,
So, you know, I can't remember how much time I spent with her, but
Mhm.
I do remember the passion in her. So it
Mhm.
was always so she was very welcoming, very welcoming.
Mhm.
But that day she told me that, I said, "Ooh, I ain't
You
playing with
mean
her."
business?
Yep.
I I remember my my mother telling y'all dad, Mildred don't lie. And he said, "What?" And she said, Mildred don't lie. But she was telling the truth
Mhm. Mhm.
because I never had to lie to her
Mhm. Hey.
because she was just that open. If it was something wrong, she would say it and I
Right.
would respect it.
mm,
But I didn't feel like I had to hide
Right. Right.
because everything she would do was for my benefit. It was never against me.
Right.
So I never looked at her as a threat.
who
Right.
gave you the lectures, grandmom or grandpa?
Or both.
Because I had a different relationship. Like
I don't think
they never really
I
spoke into
don't
my.
remember lectures.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Do you remember I
I
don't remember
I don't
lectures.
remember
either.
hearing
I was
lectures.
just wondering where you got it from. That's all. I was just
I
wondering.
got it on my own. I got it
So
on my own.
let me ask you something, Mom, and this is going to be a question for me and you. Um, I've always cherished our relationship, and it had its ups and downs and its bumps and bruises, of course. Um, we used to, I mean, we still do, but we would talk for hours, just
Mhm.
talking, and me more listening. But, how do you, how do you feel about our relationship? Has it blossomed? Has it had a standstill? Has it, you know, pretty much blossomed into the relationship that, you and your mom had?
It
Why are you
sucks.
laughing, Mike?
Why are you laughing?
Like I'm gonna say, oh,
It sucks.
Oh,
I mean, that's it.
oh, she get
Yeah.
okay. She get into her feelings now. Um,
it's a valid question, because, I hear about the relationship with you and your mom, you know, y'all were best friends. I feel like, You're my best friend, even
Then
though
why
we
is
go through,
he laughing?
I don't
Why is your
know.
brother laughing?
I don't know.
I'm laughing because I didn't expect this.
What?
No,
Well, I tell you this. I think my relationship with all of you guys
I'm just
have,
talking about your daughter.
oh, she getting personal. She
That's your daughter.
she,
that's
That's your
what
daughter.
that's
Yes,
why I'm laughing.
I'm only talking about me and
you only
mom.
want okay.
Yes.
This is see now this is what have to always go through with this with the daughter. The daughter, she's special. She's a star, right?
Oh Lord.
She is a special, she's a star. So she wants my attention. So
Yeah.
baby, our relationship has grown to the fullest heights. And I know that it's going to even go even further than what it is.
Mhm.
Um, you and I see things differently as the rest of them, but I think that you have matured to know that whatever I say, whatever I teach, whatever I do and help is always going to be for your benefit.
Right.
So
Right.
I I believe that you look at me now
Mm,
as somebody who really care.
mm.
As before, you wanted to do your thing
Right.
and you
Right.
didn't want to hear anything.
Right.
So, but now I think you have matured and you thinking very differently of me. So I should really be asking you that question.
Mom, first of all, I don't, that question is so, the question I ask, you ask that question, but how's your relationship with your mother? Or, how was your relationship? Or, you ask that question. It's always going to be the same answer between a mother and daughter. You know, your besties. That is your first best friend. You know what I mean? Your mother teaches you so much, you know, things as far as about women and their relationships and their emotions and how they react and act with each other. Your first best friend always has to be your mother. That's for me because that's the one that raised you. You're there. She shows you so much. Um and when you become adults, that's when that friendship, that best friend thing, it really hits home because you can tell your mother everything. You know what I mean? You could tell her whatever it is that's bothering you, whether you want to tell her or not, she's gonna find out regardless because she knows you. She knows something's going on. Whether you want to hide, don't call, she knows what's going on. So I do consider that, your mother is your best friend. That's your first best friend, you know. Um, that's how I feel about our relationship. And we have disagreements like best friends, but it don't mean like, oh, I'm never speaking to her again because that's your mother. So that is your that's your forever best friend. That's just my opinion on it. Whatever it is that, whatever conflict you may have with your mother or whatever, listen to your mom, whether you want to or not. You have to listen because that is your first best friend. And that's what she taught you how to be a best friend, especially in adulthood. It's just amazing to me. So I don't, you can ask that question, but everyone should have the same answer, in my opinion.
Well, everybody don't have the same answer.
Yeah, I mean everybody
And
should, but I don't believe in that
Yeah,
because
that should be that to you, that is what norm should be, but everybody's
yeah,
not
that's
norm.
normal to me.
No.
So it kind of confuses me when people don't have that relationship. Even when I look at my daughter, me and my daughter stay on the phone for hours, just like me and mom. We did that, so we do that so
but
many
does that
times.
mean y'all
My
best?
daughter called me. Let me sidebar. She called me 1:42 in the morning. She know I don't like them calls. So when she do call me, she called me at 1:42 in the morning. It was like FaceTime me. And I'm like, you know I'm asleep, right? So I FaceTime her and she had two people beside her who knew me and demanded that she call me so they could say to me, we miss you and we wish you well. They were agents that I used to manage, and they were so happy to see my face. And I'm in the bed, now sleeping, but she knows she can do that. She can call me at one something in the morning. I'm gonna pick up. I know if I call
Now,
my mom at one something in the morning, she's
No,
gonna pick
don't
up. Yes,
call
you
me.
are.
Don't
I ain't
call
gonna
me at
call
no
you.
one something. First of all, my phone is off. First of
No,
all.
I would call the house phone. They call the house phone at that
now,
time.
now, is
See,
it because? Is it
that's my rule and
because?
regulation. Don't call me
We
at
know.
certain hour because I want to relax.
Right, right.
You know what?
1:30 in the
I
morning
don't know.
and
I
you
don't.
out partying, I'd have hung up
Yes.
on you.
We know you're gonna answer, but we know you're gonna hang up. We know you're gonna
I
hang
would
up.
have answered because I wanted to make sure you was okay.
Right,
But
right,
after I
right.
found out you was okay, I'm hanging up.
Yes, that's always a thing for me. I love the relationship between mothers and daughters. I love to see a good relationship between mothers and daughters. I don't, just the other day, me and mom was talking on the phone and I was telling her about my youngest. And I was telling her how much I charge him, right?
See, I wasn't gonna bring that back up again.
So
I wasn't gonna.
mom texts me back talking about you are not his landlord. You are his mother, right? And I was like, oh, he'll be all right, ma. He'll recover from it. He'll be all right. Well, I was on the phone with my girlfriend and she called me and I was like, I told my girlfriend, I said, I know she was gonna call when I sent that message, how much it was. But
You
you
fleecing
know,
your kid, yo.
Oh, she ripping him off. She is ripping him off.
But see, in all honesty,
we still haven't had that conversation yet.
if
So
you don't,
I know she's
if
gonna
you
bring that
don't
conversation back up.
if you don't do it, Shelly, then he may stay there forever. So if you're trying to get him to leave, you're doing the right thing.
That's how I feel. That's
Oh,
how
no, that
I
is not how you
feel.
feel. Now she get ready to tell her story. The truth is, she's
Shelly
trying
want
to
that
rip him off and
money.
take his money.
What he need it for? He lived for
I'm
free.
talking
What he
about
need it for?
he wants his money. That's all that is. It ain't that, oh, I'm trying to make him leave. No, no, you're not. You're trying to get some more money. That's what it is.
She always been about that money
But
now.
she,
You can't help, get out.
right. I told y'all dad, and he said, how much? He said, tell him he can come live here. He said,
Seriously.
I'm like, this is, I
Called
said, that is just
responsibility,
crazy.
mom, and accountability.
No, that's just crazy. That was crazy. I remember when you said and you told me, I was thinking back when I was staying with my mother and my mom and my dad before I moved out. And I think my mother, I was working at a store, so she was charging me like $10 a month.
Hmm.
And she told me that she was going to raise it to $5 more.
Hmm.
And I told her, I'm not paying it. And she said, what? I said, I'm not paying that. You're not going up on me, no.
Mm.
What
And
was
I
her
didn't.
response?
And I didn't.
And you didn't?
I didn't.
Well, tell me, why did you feel as though you didn't have to pay that?
Tell me why I should have. When I was cleaning, I was straightening up. I no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Hmm.
And she knew when I said I wasn't doing it, I wasn't doing it.
Wow, that's funny.
I mean, that's what happened when you get fed up. You say no, and I'm out.
Yeah, you move out. That's what you
You
do. You move
do.
out.
Yeah, you do. I'm
And
like,
I think there is a thing called you're too grown for the house now. It's time for you to go.
well, when you get too grown for the house is when
Aren't
um
paying attention to the
you
rules.
disrespecting the house. If they got rules and regulations in their house, like what
Right,
time you should be in,
right,
you got company that's hanging all in, you
Working.
doing things you're not, that's disrespecting the
Ain't
house.
right,
working.
right,
When
right,
you disrespecting the house, you gotta go.
Yeah.
right, right.
There's no
I
question
agree.
about it. You
Yeah,
have to
I
go.
agree.
You have to go and get your own spot.
Right.
But
You
after
know,
the show, I want to know how much you charge them, because if you fleecing them, that ain't right.
listen, the cost of living is high now. Okay,
That's what
Cost
she
of
said.
living.
What?
gas is $5. It's over
That has nothing to
$5.
do with you. I mean, that has
Listen,
nothing to do with
what do
your
you mean?
son.
Listen,
He
I
filled
am
he
a
filled a
generous
tank in the
mom.
car.
I am a very generous mom. My son doesn't have a car. He works the overnight shift. Guess who car he uses? He uses mine. I don't have a problem with that.
That's a parent. That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do.
So
So
he
what do
ain't
you mean
supposed to
you're
put gas in
generous?
it, mom?
What does generous got to do with it?
He's not
You
supposed
see
to
what I'm
put
talking?
gas in it.
Now we went from gas to what you charge them. That's two different things.
Hey, Shay, giving excuses why she charging him so much money.
Right. Because we know he put gas in the car. We know that.
Oh, you know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I just got in the car today and I put gas in my car yesterday. By the way, sidebar, gas is really ridiculous. I put $40 in my car and I got a little over half a tank. That is
Don't,
ridiculous.
Well, I
don't.
only put $30 in my car, and that's all. I've been doing it ever since.
The red hats came.
Yep, I've been doing it ever since. And people talking about, well, why do you let your car get down that low? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
If it gets me a
I'm
half a
bad
tank,
on gas.
I'm putting $30 in my car, and that's all I'm doing.
I'm
The
definitely
red
bad on
the red
gas.
coats are coming.
Yeah. But Mom, I wanted to go into um and this is a big thing because we get a lot of teachings from you. Um I want to go into your spirituality and your faith. Um how much did that influence your decisions and maybe forgiveness and a lot of things as we were growing up, your guidance, you know, um, how much did that influence um, just life itself?
Well, my spirituality has everything.
Hold on, people. It's
Hold
good
on.
stuff.
Get your books, get your pens and
I
papers.
said, hold on,
Yeah,
people.
get your pens and papers.
Hold on,
So you
folks.
are you
She's
already
about to
told them.
preach.
Um, I have always been spiritually inclined ever since I was a kid,
Hmm.
um, in grade school. And I did go to Catholic school. I did go to Catholic high school. I went to a public college, but and a university, but my upbringing has always been in the religious realm. So, and my parents, they always went to church. As a matter of fact, my parents were Baptists. I was Catholic. I was raised as a Catholic.
And back in the day, folks, the way districting was, a lot of families were Baptist, Pentecostal, but their children were Catholic. So they were trying to give their kids a better life in order
Better
for
education.
better
Yeah.
Right,
education
right.
to put them in Catholic school. So there was a lot of reasoning during that time to change. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you for that explanation.
Oh, because I didn't know that. Because
That was a good explanation, though. That's true.
yeah, I never thought about it like that. But I know I have some of my friends who who were in public school, but the majority of my friends were around our area were in Catholic school. And so it had it God has always had an impact on me, always, always, ever since I was a kid. And I didn't, Catholic school, they teach you about God and Jesus, but they really didn't get to the nitty gritty of the Bible. So I wanted to know more about the Bible and didn't know how to. Later on, I found out. I went Pentecostal. Never joined Pentecostal, but really went to the churches and listened to them and how they taught. And that's was the beginning of an opening for me.
Mm.
But I've always, God has always, and y'all know it, has been a part of how I think, how
Mhm.
my forgiveness go. And trust me, I have to work on the forgiveness part.
Amen.
Yes, yes.
But, I know that he got my back, and I know that
Amen.
as I gotten older, like now, I've read a lot. I just because I'm really interested in knowing how other people think about the spiritual realm.
Mm.
And so I just read a lot, and everything that I have read, all these things that people, scientists,
They're all intertwined, aren't they?
they all go back to the Bible. It all
Mm.
goes back to the Bible.
Yeah.
And so s- what I've learned is that even though it all goes back to the Bible, it's just like religion. Religion, you got Pentecostal, you got Baptist, you got holiness, Methodist. They all just take what they want to teach and form their own
Mm.
concept.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And that's what society has done right now. And maybe I just got off, but in raising you guys, I wanted you to understand the spiritual realm of it and the consequences of your actions because everything has a consequence.
Mhm.
Um, you can even have a good one or you can have a bad one. It all depends. And life's going to show you some bad stuff, but
Mhm.
how you address it and how you go at it
Mhm.
depends on your spirituality. And you need that. You
Right,
need God. You need Jesus. And I'm just
right.
going to say you need Jesus to
Mhm.
get into the in alignment of if you want something good to come through.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this and he works. I mean, you're going to be doing all this your whole entire life, so it's not like, oh, I got it, because you never have it, because there's always another level on top of another level
Right.
that you got to understand.
Mhm.
But we just went through something that I knew it was nothing but God. I mean, and he does this for me all the time.
Mm.
I'm gonna talk about the safe, Michael. Should I talk about the safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
Michael brought me this safe.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, my dog was barking. And
Soulless. He was barking.
she's dreaming.
What was he saying? 666?
And he brought it,
Y'all got to see the
and
dog to
I
get the joke. I'm sorry, y'all.
and it's not my dog, okay? It's
Mm.
their younger brother's dog.
That's our
I'm just putting it out
grandson.
there. I'm babysitting.
A beautiful dog. It just ain't got no soul. But go ahead.
And so I got it, and it's a really nice piece. I told him about I had some papers I want to put in there, like insurance and stuff like that. So he said he decided to buy me a safe. And so I got it, and I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And I came with the booklet and how the instructions and everything. So I wasn't ready to set it up.
Mm.
So I just put it to the side and put everything in it because I didn't want to um, lose anything. And
Mm.
then I thought maybe I should take the key, but I didn't want to take the key and put it somewhere and then forget where I put it at, or because sometimes you hide it from yourself.
Right.
Not that I have anything wrong with my memory, but this is what I was thinking. So I had everything in the safe, and I said I'll set it up later. Well, months has passed, and and the safe is still like it is, unlocked, right there. And so I said, "Oh, I got this. I want to put it in the safe." I said, "Oh, I could put this in the safe." So I took it and put it in the safe and shut the door, right, and pull the handle up, not thinking that I never set it up, not thinking that it was locked. And I looked and I said, oh, let me go back in it to get something else. And I could put, and it wouldn't open. It would not open. It was locked.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them the best part of it though.
Everything was inside of it. The key, the combination, the battery, everything,
What?
the booklet, everything was inside of the safe.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I said. And I'm like, oh God, I
Now
can't
keep
believe
in
I.
mind, it was never set up.
So I called Michael and I said, Michael, I'll say the best
She
word.
told me she
I said, I
basically,
screwed up. I screwed up big time.
yeah.
And he says, what? What did you do? I said, I cannot believe I did this. I screwed up. And he said, what? And I told him what I did. And he said to me, which I thought was very kind, because I'm really beating myself up because I can't believe, because I'm always thinking ahead and getting everything done ahead and preparing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, I'm not going to beat you up, Mom, because you're already beating yourself up about it. He said, um, I don't know what to tell you to do. He said, because if it's locked, it's locked. So I go online. This is early in the morning. So I go online. I'm looking at all this safe stuff. And I am thinking about what to do. I'm going on YouTube, um, everything. And it won't budge. It is telling you how you could shake it up and down, and sometimes it will click off. But this is a good safe, so that you can't shake it up and down, right?
Uh-huh.
So so my grandson calls me, and I tell him how I said, oh my God, I said, I don't know what to do. I said, and I told him what I did, and he said, Gramps. I said, I know. He said, Gramps, how did you lock the key in there? I said, well, apparently people do it. I said, because online they talk about don't forget, don't take, don't leave the key in there.
Right.
And I left the
Don't
key
leave
in
the
there.
key.
And I said, I don't know what to do. So he says to me, well, you know what? I have a safe and I got some skills. He said, I can go, I can come and I can open it for you.
Uh-huh.
I said, you know how to do this and come break us in the safe? He said, yeah. So I'm like, okay, come, hurry up, come.
Mhm.
And so I'm still beating myself up because I'm going online, I'm calling the company. I even called
Locksmith.
a
A
locksmith.
locksmith? Oh,
I called a
wow.
locksmith.
Uh,
And they said to me, and this one was in business for 47 years, they said.
mhm.
And so when I called and I'm talking to the lady, and so she says, well, do you have an issue if we damage it? And I said, damage it?
Mhm.
I said, aren't you a locksmith? I said, why would you damage it? I can do
Right.
that.
Uh-huh.
And so she said, well, we need to know. I said, no, you cannot damage this.
Mhm.
And so to me, that means you're going to break in it.
Right. Right.
Basically. Yeah.
And but you're a locksmith, you should know how to
Open
put some
unlock it.
what they call it, the candle stuff in there and make a key, or you do something.
Uh,
So she said to me, give me your address, your phone number, your address. And I'm like, uh-uh. I said, now I got a safe that I need to get into, and I'm going to give you my information so you can come and take my safe. I said, no.
right.
I said, lady, I said, where are you located? She said, in the Northeast. And I'm like, but I called my area. And so she said, well, we're in the Northeast, but I can send an agent there. I said, no, let me just think about this. So the
Mhm.
whole time I'm talking to God about it, I said, God, I can't believe I did this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm feeling really bad. And so the end of the day has come. And trust me, that whole day, I spent all my time on the internet trying to find out how to get to the safe, call the company, get a locksmith, talk to Michael, talk to my grandson. And I'm just bewildered. And so I'm shaking it on the bed, trying to see if I,
Uh-huh.
and it ain't budging. So I'm like, thank you for it, because it's a good save, Michael. So thank you very much. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, boom, here go God. Here go God. Why don't you, since it has a USB port, take it in there and see if it'll work. Now I didn't know what it would do because I don't know anything about, safe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what my head said to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I pick it up and take it in there, put it on the counter, and take the charger and stick it in the charge thing. And it said beep. I'm like,
And it opened?
Yeah.
I said, oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
And
Look at God.
but it didn't open. It was still set to the factory's
Original setting.
original setting, which I knew because I've been online all day and they told you what the setting for the factory was.
Right.
And I hit the button and it said click and it opened.
Wow.
That's God.
Amazing.
That's what God does
Yes.
all the time for me.
Wow.
Now, I am not a locksmith. I am not anything as far as a safe cracker or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but and I took the key out in this I got it in a special place now.
But the thing is that, which is funny, right? Of course, she asked Frankie, called the company, called the locksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of things God had to work in that. One is she never set it up. Two was the USB basically started it from scratch because it was never
Right.
set up, so it was
Right.
allowed to be
No
open.
batteries was in it, anything, because it
Right,
had
right.
batteries.
If the batteries were in it, then when she closed it, it wouldn't have worked
Right. Right. Right.
because it was charged already.
Right.
Oh.
You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? So like she
Mm.
had it at factory settings,
Right.
like she was
Wow.
opening it for the first time.
Wow.
Mhm.
And that's I mean, and that is God. Because when she called back and said it, I was like, damn, I never would have asked, did you ever charge it up? I would
Right.
assume that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Right.
no, but see, I never charged it because the batteries, I didn't set it up, so the batteries and everything was still in the safe.
That's what I'm
But you know
saying.
what was so funny? I They said that it's through the factory settings on it. I pushed the settings, the combination, and it
Mhm.
never opened up.
Mm.
Because there was no charge.
Right, there was no
Right.
charge.
Right,
And
right. You
so
see what
when
I'm
I
saying?
finally
Yeah,
it said go charge it, I charged it and I hit the number again and it opened.
yeah.
Mm.
But I've been hitting that number all day.
Right,
Right.
right, right. That's what I'm
But
saying. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah, so that was amazing.
And
Mm.
she called me later on that night. Guess what? Guess what? God is good. I was like, all right. You know,
Because
you
it
know,
could be nothing
you
else.
know.
And let me tell y'all guys something. There always is a lesson. Mom will let you see, she will make sure that you see this lesson or and tell you, hey, um, there's a lesson in this. Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Well,
And that
I
and
think
it's
a part
always
of
so
it too
amazing
is
about
that one thing that I've learned. I don't know, I've learned a couple things, but one is never be afraid to mention your faith. If
mm,
you're proud of it, God is good. Thank you, Jesus. A lot of
yeah,
times things
yeah.
happen. We're afraid to say what we are out there, to
Mm,
say what we believe.
right,
We believe in freedom of speech and freedom of religion, but to tell someone, I love God, I love
right,
Jesus,
right.
it's hard to say out there. And she has that, she does not have that fear, which gives us that
Mhm.
strength too, to,
Yeah,
be open about that. So,
yeah. That's always
so on a,
amazing.
on a Mother's Day, all right, there's a couple of things, but the one question I had, because
Mm.
I guess this was how much do
The
you love
Michelle
Shelly
thing.
show? How much do you love Shelly show?
Mm.
But what was
Proved it.
your?
She proved it, but okay.
She proved it.
Yeah, yeah.
So what? What was your childhood wish as a child? What did you want to be? What was your childhood dream?
My childhood dream has always been to live large.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah,
always wanted to live good.
right. Yeah.
I was talking to y'all brother, and he wants to do a lot for his family,
Yeah.
and he's obsessed with I gotta prepare for this, I gotta do this. And I thought, and I said to him, I said, you know what? I never thought about y'all like that.
Mm.
I never thought about my life, preparing my life for your life. I never thought like that. I always thought of doing well for myself and teaching you guys the right way to do where you can, because that's the way my parents raised us, that you can also make your life better as well.
Mm,
So what's
Um,
the difference? I don't understand the difference.
the difference is that sometimes, these parents want to have a legacy, not a legacy, but they want to have all this money for when they pass away, the kids will, have a lot and stuff like that.
Mm,
And but I never thought like that because to me, the value was never money. The value was also character.
mm,
Because if you have good character, you're going to make it.
right, right.
mm.
And so I look at stuff like that, and it's like, because you can do as much as you want to do for a child, have and pass away and have all this money for them, and they can spend it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can spend money easy. I
Right,
know how to spend money. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
Mm,
But if you built in them the the goal, the value of life, they're going to succeed.
Right,
They're going to succeed
right.
no matter what.
Yeah.
And that to me was more, that's what I thought about. I never thought about
making sure I
making
got
life
enough life.
ezier for y'all when
Yeah.
I pay. I
Yeah.
never thought about
I got to
stuff
make
like
sure I have enough life insurance for him when I pass away. It's like,
Right.
God, why are you planning for your demise, yo? I
Yeah.
mean, I get you. I get you because,
Right.
I've sold insurance.
Mm,
I mean, I get it. I get it. But my whole life is not to build upon my death. Does that
mm,
make sense?
yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
It's more of I'm living
I
to,
want to live. I want to enjoy. I
yeah,
want to be happy.
yeah.
And you guys know I would do anything for you, whatever
Mm,
I can do.
But
And
the thing
sometimes
is,
I got to step back. Like,
it's kind of weird, right? Because if you really think of the way that you're saying, okay, one should accomplish the other,
that's right.
right?
You're right.
So instead of putting one first, you see what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta create a wealth for the kids. But if I
Yeah.
teach them right, I do right, I'll have the wealth for the kids in a sense.
right. Right.
So it's how you think.
And sometimes maybe you want to do them both, but but you can do both. But I never thought about it like that. I just thought about, and I always have told you guys that you always need somebody in your life who is more professional than you are, who thinks higher than you are, who is
Mm,
more educational than you are.
right.
And that's because it gives you a different outlook on than your peers.
Right.
Because of your peers, you stay where you are.
Right.
If you want to be more, have more, and think bigger, you have
Right.
to be involved with
Surround
those
your
type of
around
people
people of that
Right.
thought.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that value, so you can get there. And
Mm,
and so I think I'm that one for you guys.
right. I agree.
So
I
that's why
agree.
I'm very honest with you, and I would try, which I'm not, perfect at it, but if I mess up or I screw up, I don't mind telling you I have done that.
Mm,
Because sometimes you might look and say, oh, you think you perfect, or you think you this, you think you don't make mistakes.
mm,
Everybody's going to make mistakes and everybody's not perfect.
right.
But some people just don't want you to know it.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care
Right.
if I make a mistake. If I don't know something, like somebody will say something. This is something really simple. I was going to lunch with two of my friends, and we went to lunch all the time. And one was an MD doctor, and one was a pharmacist. And they were talking, and I had been out where I am in this area for about, I guess at that point, maybe 10 years, 12. And they said something, and they said Delco. And I said, what is Delco?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they both looked at me and said, you don't know what Delco is? I
Mm-hmm.
said, didn't I ask you what was Delco? what part of me asking you? And they said that's Delaware County. Do you know I always heard Delaware County, but I never heard Delco.
Yeah.
And if I did, I never paid any attention.
That's a
Now,
big thing for people in Delaware. Delco, that's like it's like a generation. That's a big thing for people that were raised in Delco.
I
Like
didn't, I said,
they
oh my God,
identify themselves to
as a
Delco.
Delco.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm like, really? And they said, Mildred, Delaware County is Delco.
right.
I said, I didn't know that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate acronyms. Okay,
Huh?
Say what?
I hate acronyms,
Who?
abbreviations, acronyms.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought you
oh,
said something else. Didn't it
I
sound like you
did
said
too.
something else? I'm like, what?
What did you think I said?
Now what? Let's leave
Yes,
it. Let's leave
yes.
that. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what I
We'll
said.
tell you after the show.
We
All
about
right.
to hit
I hate
Control Alt Delete.
no, I hate acronyms. I hate abbreviations because it's an assumption
Mm.
that you understand what I'm talking
Oh, okay,
about,
got
right?
you.
People in business do it all the time, right?
Right,
Everybody, insurance has their own, mortgages has their own,
Right, right,
airport
right,
has
right,
right,
their
right,
own,
right, right.
right,
pharmacy has their own.
right.
People throw all this stuff out expecting people to understand. Plus, it's lazy.
Mm.
You know,
It's late.
if you have something to say the whole word, right? Don't say
Oh, okay.
Now
that's
that
just
makes sense though, but
that's just
I
a
mean I
pet
have to
peeve
agree
of
with
mine.
you.
That's just a pet peeve of mine.
That yeah, that sounds like a pet peeve. Yes.
No, I said I've
That's
always said
hilarious.
Delaware County. I never said Delco.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
people act like you're supposed to know this. You don't know what Delco is? No, Delco. It doesn't make any sense. Now, Delaware
Right,
County, I understand.
right. Yeah.
See,
I
but
get it.
that's just me.
Well,
I
Mom, do you have one last word of advice for the mothers out there?
What, what is so funny? You know what? I just wish everybody that they have a blessed and happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I am very proud of my kids. I am very proud of my grandkids. And I am happy. I am happy where I am right now. And I am happy that I'm involved with them.
Mm.
Um, life is good. People always say, "Oh, life is hectic." If you want it to be hectic, if that's the way you think, that's just the way it will be.
Mm.
If you want it to be good, you got to think that way. You got to get up and be grateful for where you are,
Right.
um, and how God has provided for you
Mm.
and what He has done, and think of your blessings. And when
Mm.
you get up thinking like that and thanking God for what He did and what He's doing now and what He's going to do in the future,
Mm.
your day should go pretty good. Your
Yes.
day should go, and you're going to get different things, but being a mother um, is a blessing for me. And I was thinking the other day about being a mother that I'm hearing now, which I never thought about. And, because society is on men, 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 superior, smarter, in charge, and
Get paid
whatever.
more. Go ahead.
Whatever. But what I realize, and I would like to take every mother on this planet to be thankful for who they are, because without them, there would be no human race.
Right.
And I never looked at it like that.
Right.
Sure, you look at you having a baby, stuff like that. But without us, there would be no human race.
Right. That's correct.
So be very proud of being a mother.
Mm.
Be very proud that you are that blessed.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And that's a blessing. It's a blessing to give birth. It's a blessing.
Thank you for that, Mom.
You welcome.
Well,
Well,
That is all our
definitely,
time. You got something to say, bro?
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
First of
Speak.
all, I want to say Happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Um, Thank you for all that you've done,
Mm-hmm.
all that you will do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we appreciate it as a family, as
Yes.
definitely as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think I got you any gifts this year. No, I'm just
I was
kidding.
getting ready to say, you know what? I
I
was getting ready to
know.
say, I don't, thank you too for my gifts that I'm going to get.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm thanking y'all ahead of time.
But other than that, Shelly, do you have any final words, young lady?
Mom, I truly, truly thank you. You are my biggest supporter. No matter if I don't say it, don't want to hear it, I know you are my biggest supporter. And I could say this last year was a long year. It definitely
You are
was.
definitely blessed, sweetheart. You are
And you
definitely
have
blessed.
showered me and with your love and your guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kicking and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
But we reached that finish line and I don't want to start crying. I'm just so amazed at what you do. And I truly
Oh
love you for it.
man, I'm getting
I
teary
truly,
myself.
truly love you for it.
Oh,
I love
Shelly.
you. I love you.
Yes. So when we get off this podcast, pack your stuff because we're going to lunch. We're going to have a beautiful day. Um, and we're going to celebrate our mother.
Hey,
Thank
listen.
you.
Hey, get a alcohol free drink for me, guys.
Alcohol free?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because I mean, you ain't drinking, and I know mom can. Because one of y'all got to drive, and you can't see. I mean,
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Y'all
you
going
know what,
Uber?
bro? I think this was a
Listen, I'm not, we
beautiful.
ain't gonna drink like that.
No,
No,
we ain't
I probably
drinking
won't
like
drink.
that.
No,
No.
listen. Anyway,
I think that's
we
this
ain't
was
gonna
Oh,
a
drink
sweet.
like that.
beautiful, beautiful podcast. I really truly enjoyed it.
I
Bro, just
enjoyed.
yes. And we thank you. I mean, we thank you for coming on, Mom. Thank you for joining and sharing your stories. Um, Thank you for not revealing too many embarrassing things. We appreciate that.
I didn't want, yeah, I wasn't gonna go there. Not today.
Yes. So to all the mothers that's listening, we want to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Happy
And
Mother's Day, everyone.
remember, um, you raise siblings that who think differently. You definitely did something right though. And we are gratefully happy and blessed to have you as a mom. So
Thank you. Thank you.
we think differently. Is that a problem? Um, we're signing
Signing
off on
off.
this edition. Yes. Thank you
Absolutely.
guys. Love
Take care,
y'all.
people.
Bye-bye.